In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to solve a radical equation using a graphing calculator. So starting with the first sentence that I have up here, it says the zeros of the graph are the roots and the solutions of the equation. So if I want to solve an equation, it's quite simple. You could just use the graph and find the zeros to solve for the variable. So actually applying this here, we're going to start with the first example. It says here, determine the solutions to the given equation and round to the nearest hundredths. So I'm given the equation. We know it's a radical equation because there is a radical involved, and we also have an equal sign. So a radical equation. To solve this equation using a graphing calculator, what you want to do first is bring all your terms to one side and make it equal to 0. So you're going to bring all this, it doesn't matter which side you work with, I'm going to bring the right-hand side over to the left-hand side. So in doing this, the first thing you want to do is subtract x from both sides. So I have square root of 7 times x plus 6 minus 3 minus x, and that's going to be equal to 4. Okay, so the last step you want to do here is subtract 4 from both sides now. So I subtract 4 from both sides here. I'm going to get a square root of 7 x plus 6, and negative 3 minus a 4 gives me a negative 7 and minus an x, and this is all going to be equal to 0. So to solve this equation graphically, you want to plug it into your calculator. You're going to let the left-hand side of the equation be your y1. So go to your calculator. Oh, sorry about that. And you're going to go to your y equals screen, and you're going to plug in the left-hand side of your equation. So second function, there you go. So we have 7 brackets x plus 6, and minus 7 comes outside, so make sure it stays outside the radical. Minus 7 minus x, and we're going to try zoom 6 standard for now. We should get a graph that looks like that. So it's actually quite squished. We have 2 points of intersection that are located right there and right there. To find those points of intersection, what I'm going to do here is change the window so we could see it better. So go to your window settings. So go to Window, and what we're going to do is we're going to make the y-min and y-max values a little smaller. So I'm going to change the y-min to -5 and the y-max value to a +5. Once I do that, it's going to give me a much better window. So press graph again, and you can see the zeros a lot better. Okay, so we have 2 points of intersection to find. I'm going to find the left one first. So this one right here is going to be the first point of intersection I'm going to locate. In order to find the zeros, you're going to use the 0 feature. So go second trace, select 2 for 0. So number 2. And it's going to ask you for a left bound. So you have to get to the left of the first point of intersection. So if we get to the left, make sure you're below it. There you go. And you're going to press enter. And then they're going to ask you for a right bound. So get onto the right of that point of intersection, so right above it. And you're going to press enter, and then enter again. And you're going to get a 0 at -5.7912888. So the question asks you to round to the nearest hundredth. So therefore, my first point of intersection is going to be at x is equal to -5.79. But we also have to find the second point of intersection. So go back to your calculator, and we're going to find the second point of intersection using the same features. So 2 for 0, get on the left of the 0, so right on top of it. You're going to press enter. Then you're going to get right below it, so right to the very right of your 0. And you're going to press enter again, and enter at guess. And we have a 0 at x is equal to -1.208712. So if we're going to round to the nearest hundredth, my value is going to be x is equal to -1.21. So those are my 2 solutions to this equation, and that's how you solve a radical equation using a graph.